मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल गायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Namaskar, good morning. On behalf of the Embassy of India, a very warm welcome to everyone present in the celebration of the 74th Republic Day of India. This is a momentous milestone in the history of our country's journey, as we will enter the 75th year as a republic. Today is also a celebration of the ethnic, linguistic, religious, social and cultural diversity that we witness throughout the length and breadth of our country. To present this diversity through rendition of patriotic songs, we begin our program by inviting Gandharva School of Music from Richmond. Young enthusiasts from Gandharva School will present these songs in different languages of India, depicting our diversity from Kashmir in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, from Assam in the east to Gujarat in the west. Gandharva School.
My name is Nirmal Bajekal. A very warm, happy Republic Day to all of you. Happy Vasant Panchami and Ganatantra Divas ki Shubhkamnaएं. We have Parnika. Parnika, namaste. Vikram, Arya, and our adult students, Rishabh, Suchita, Mala, Pratibha, and Jay. We will present a medley of Marathi, Bangla, Hindi, Malayalam, Sanskrit, Assamese, Punjabi songs for you.
जयतु जयतु भारतम जयतु जयतु भारतम वसुदेव कुटुंबकम जयतु जयतु भारतम जयतु जयतु भारतम जयतु जयतु भारतम वसुदेव कुटुंबकम जयतु जयतु भारतम सुमिलो ए माटीते जीवन सभी आकी आकी मसिलो ए माटी रे मोरो माटी ए माटी रे मोरो माटी ओ धरती सुनहरी अंबर नीला धरती सुनहरी अंबर नीला हर मौसम रंगीला ऐसा देश है मेरा हो ऐसा देश है मेरा ऐसा देश है मेरा हो ऐसा देश है मेरा सबसे प्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे प्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है सदियों से भारत भूमि दुनिया की शान है भारत माँ की रक्षा में जीवन कुर्बान है भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे प्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है आसाम से गुजरात तक बंगाल से महाराष्ट्र तक जाति गई धुन एक है भाषा गई सुर एक है कश्मीर से मद्रास तक कह दो सभी हम एक है आवाज दो हम एक है जागो
Thank you for such a mesmerizing, enthusiastic, and patriotic rendition, Gandharva School of Music. Now I invite Ambassador of India to the United States, His Excellency Mr. Taranjit Singh Sandhu, to present his remarks. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I apologize. I know we have got you in this small area, but essentially to protect you from wind chill. And actually, it was supposed to be raining today. But it's wonderful to have all of you, especially on a working day. We also have the special privilege of having Congressman Ro Khanna, who's the new chair of India Caucus, and we have the newest entrant in what is often called as Samosa Club by most of you, Congressman Thanedar. Welcome, both of you. Fellow Indians, distinguished members of the diaspora, friends of India, colleagues at the embassy, dear friends, namaskar, good morning. Warmest greetings to all of you on the 74th Republic Day of India. It was on this day in 1950 that we the people put into effect a constitution that is an inspired document of India's collective vision. The Constitution is the bedrock of the diversity and vibrancy of our democracy. On this momentous occasion, we pay homage to the founding fathers of the Republic who fought courageously against the colonial rule and worked tirelessly in realizing the dream of the Swaraj of freedom. We also recall the work of the Constituent Assembly, led by Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who, as many of you know, studied here in the United States, and other eminent leaders. Dear friends, celebrations of this Republic Day are special as we commemorate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, completion of 75 years of India's independence. Over the past 7.5 decades, India has achieved great strides. Today's India is not only one of the largest markets that the world looks at as a strong pillar for global economy, but also as a country that can be counted upon in bringing stability and security on multiple counts during these uncertain and complex times. India has hosted the Voice of Global South Summit earlier this month. This year, a series of engagements are being held under India's G20 presidency ahead of the summit. The theme of the G20 during India's presidency in 2023 is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, One Earth, One Family, One Future. It draws inspiration from India's belief system that cherishes inclusivity, peace, harmony, and interconnected nature of our existence on planet Earth. The United States has been an instrumental partner for India during its transformative journey. The global comprehensive strategic partnership between India and the United States has continued to intensify, covering almost all areas of human endeavor, driven by shared democratic values, convergence of interests on a range of issues, and vibrant people-to-people contacts. Our two countries are benefiting from mutual exchanges across domains including healthcare, clean energy, security, education, technology, translating the vision of Prime Minister Modi and President Biden into action. Our engagements with partners in Quad have expanded into infrastructure, supply chains, climate action, and space cooperation to become a force of global good, as Prime Minister Modi has said. The diaspora has been an important pillar of the relationship, which continues to strengthen ties through its achievements in diverse sectors and contribute to India's development journey. I'm glad that this morning, Congressman Khanna and Congressman Thanedar, who in a way represent the strength of the community here, in which we take pride, and who are also part of the bipartisan support that India-US partnership enjoys in the US Congress are with us today. I am happy to also highlight that this year, India has conferred the Padma Vibhushan on Mr. Srinivas Varadhan, an Indian-American mathematician who is regarded as one of the most influential in his field. Dear friends, India will continue to be the country that cherishes our foundational values and ideals and works for global good. Nation building is a continuing process, and today let us resolve ourselves to redouble our efforts to translate the vision of the architects of our Constitution into action. Now I have the distinct privilege of inviting you to listen to the address of Honorable Rashtrapati Ji to the nation on Republic Day. Thank you.
Dear fellow citizens, Namaskar. On the eve of the 74th Republic Day, I extend my heartiest greetings to every Indian at home and abroad. From the day the Constitution came into effect to the present day, it has been an amazing journey that has inspired many other nations. Every citizen has reason to be proud of the Indian story. When we celebrate the Republic Day, we celebrate what we have achieved together as a nation. India is of course home to one of the oldest living civilizations. India is called the mother of democracy. As a modern republic, however, we are young. In the early years of independence, we faced countless challenges and adversities. Very high levels of poverty and illiteracy were just two of the many ill effects of the long foreign rule. Yet, the spirit of India was undeterred. With hope and confidence, we began an experiment unique in the history of humankind. Such a vast and diverse multitude of people coming together as one nation remains unprecedented. We did so with a belief that we are after all one, that we are all Indians. We have succeeded as a democratic republic because so many creeds, so many languages have not divided us, they have only united us. That is the essence of India. That essence was at the heart of the Constitution, which has withstood the test of time. The Constitution that started governing the life of the Republic was the outcome of the freedom struggle. The national movement led by Mahatma Gandhi was as much about winning independence as about rediscovering our own ideas. Those decades of struggle and sacrifice helped us win freedom not only from colonial rule but also from the imposed values and narrow worldviews. Revolutionaries and reformers joined hands with visionaries and idealists to help us learn about our age-old values of peace, brotherhood, and equality. Those who shaped the modern Indian mind also welcomed progressive ideas from abroad. Following the Vedic advice, Anabhadraha Krotavayantu Vishwatoh, let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. A long and profound thoughts process culminated in our Constitution. Our founding document is inspired by the humanistic philosophy of the oldest living civilization in the world as well as new ideas that emerged in more recent history. The nation will always remain grateful to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who headed the drafting committee of the Constitution and thus had a critical part in giving it the final shape. On this day, we should also remember the role of jurist B.N. Rao, who had prepared the initial draft, and other experts and officers who helped in making of the Constitution. We are proud of the fact that the members of that assembly represented all regions and communities of India and that they included 15 women too. Their vision as enshrined in the Constitution has been continuously guiding our republic. During this period, India has been transformed from a largely poor and illiterate nation into a confident nation marching on the world stage. This would not have been possible but for the collective wisdom of the Constitution makers guiding our path. While Babasaheb Ambedkar and others gave us a map and a moral framework, the task of walking that path remains our responsibility. We have largely remained true to their expectations, and yet we realize that much remains to be done to realize Gandhiji's ideal of Sarvodaya, the upliftment of all. Yet the progress we have made on all fronts is encouraging. Dear fellow citizens, in our mission of Sarvodaya, the most encouraging has been the progress made on the economic front. Last year, India became the 5th largest economy in the world. It needs to be underlined that this achievement comes against the backdrop of high economic uncertainties around the world. The pandemic has entered the 4th year, affecting economic growth in most parts of the world. In its initial phase, COVID-19 also hurt India's economy badly. Yet, guided by our able leadership and driven by our resilience, we soon came out of the downturn and resumed the growth saga. Most sectors of the economy have shaken off the pandemic effect. India has been among the fastest growing major economies. This has been made possible by timely and proactive interventions from the government. The Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative in particular has evoked great response among people at large. There have also been sector-specific incentive schemes. It is a matter of great satisfaction that those on the margins have also been included in the schemes and programs, and they have been helped in tiding over difficulties. By implementing the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana announced in March 2020, the government ensured food security for poor families at a time when the country was facing economic disruption in the wake of unprecedented outbreak of COVID-19. Because of this help, no one had to go hungry. Keeping the welfare of poor families paramount, the duration of this scheme was extended successively, benefiting about 81 crore fellow citizens. Further extending this assistance, the government has announced that even during the year 2023, the beneficiaries will get their monthly ration free of cost. With this historic move, the government has undertaken the responsibility of caring for the weaker sections while also enabling them to benefit from economic development. With the economy on a sound footing, we have been able to begin and carry forward a series of praiseworthy initiatives. The ultimate goal is to create an environment in which all citizens can, individually and collectively, realize their true potential and prosper. As education builds the right foundation for this purpose, the National Education Policy has introduced ambitious changes. It rightly addresses the twofold aims of education as an instrument of economic and social empowerment and as a means to explore truth. The policy makes our civilizational lessons relevant for contemporary life, while also preparing the learner for the 21st century challenges. The National Education Policy appreciates the role of technology in expanding and deepening the learning process. As we have come to realize since the early days of COVID-19, technology offers life-changing possibilities. The Digital India Mission is striving to make information and communication technology inclusive by bridging the rural-urban divide. More and more people in far-flung places have been reaping the benefits of the internet and are receiving a variety of services provided by the government as the infrastructure expands. We have reasons to be proud of our achievements in the domain of science and technology. India has been among the handful of pioneers in space technology. As long-pending reforms in this sector are underway, private enterprises are now invited to join the quest. The Gaganyaan program to carry Indian astronauts into the space is under progress. This will be India's maiden human space flight. Yet, even as we reach out to the stars, we keep our feet on the ground. India's Mars mission was powered by a team of extraordinary women, and our sisters and daughters are not far behind in other areas too. Women's empowerment and gender equality are no longer mere slogans, as we have made great progress towards these ideals in recent years. With people's participation in Beti Bachao Beti Padhao campaign, women's representations have been rising in every sphere of activity. During my visits to various states, educational institutions, and while meeting delegations of various professionals, I am amazed by the confidence of young women. I have no doubt in my mind that they are the ones who will do most to shape tomorrow's India. What miracles cannot be achieved if this half of the population is encouraged to contribute to nation building to the best of their ability. The same vision of empowerment guides the government's approach to the marginalized communities, including the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. In fact, the aim is not only to remove hurdles and help them in development, but also to learn from them. Tribal communities in particular have rich lessons to offer in many areas, ranging from protecting the environment to making the society more cohesive. Dear fellow citizens, as a result of a series of initiatives in recent years to transform all aspects of governance and unleash creative energies of people, the world has started to look at India with a new sense of respect. Our interventions in various world forums have started making a positive difference. The respect that India has earned on the world stage has resulted in new opportunities as well as responsibilities. This year, as you know, India holds the presidency of the Group of 20 Nations. With our motto of universal brotherhood, we stand for peace and prosperity of all. Thus, the G20 presidency is an opportunity to promote democracy and multilateralism and the right forum for shaping a better world and a better future. Under India's leadership, I am sure G20 will be able to further enhance its efforts to build a more equitable and sustainable world order. As G20 represents about 2/3 of the world population and around 85% of global GDP, it is an ideal forum to discuss and find solutions for global challenges. To my mind, global warming and climate change are the most pressing among them. Global temperatures are rising and incidents of extreme weather are increasing. We are faced with the dilemma to lift more and more people out of poverty. We need economic growth, but that growth also comes from fossil fuel. Unfortunately, the poor bear the brunt of global warming more than others. Developing and popularizing alternative sources of energy is one of the solutions. India has taken a commendable lead in the direction by giving a policy push to solar energy and electric vehicles. At the global level, however, emerging economies need a helping hand from advanced nations in the form of technology transfer and financial support. To maintain the balance between development and environment, we have to look at the ancient traditions with a new perspective. We need to reconsider our basic priorities. The scientific aspects of traditional life values have to be understood. We must once again rekindle that respect for nature and humility before the vast universe. Let me state here that Mahatma Gandhi was a true prophet of our times, as he foresaw the calamities of indiscriminate industrialization and cautioned the world to mend its ways. We need to modify our lifestyle if we want our children to live happily on this fragile planet. One of the changes suggested pertains to food. I am happy to note that the United Nations accepted suggestion from India and declared 2023 as the International Year of Millets. Millets were essential ingredients of our diet, and they are making a comeback among sections of society. Coarse grains like millets are eco-friendly as they require less water to grow, and yet they provide high levels of nutrition. If more and more people turn to millets, it will help conserve ecology and also improve health. One more year has gone by for the Republic and another year commences. It has been a time of unprecedented change. With the outbreak of the pandemic, the world had changed within a matter of days. During these 3 years, whenever we have felt that we have finally put the virus behind, it raises its ugly head. However, there is no need to panic because we have learned in this period that our leadership, our scientists and doctors, our administrators and corona warriors will make every possible effort to meet any situation. At the same time, each of us has also learned to not let our guard down and remain alert. Dear fellow citizens, generations of people working in different fields deserve praise for their invaluable contribution in the development story of our republic so far. I commend the roles of farmers, workers, scientists and engineers whose combined strength enables our country to live up to the spirit of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. I appreciate every citizen who contributes to nation's progress. I also convey my greetings to our diaspora, the great ambassadors of India's culture and civilization. On the occasion of Republic Day, I convey my special appreciation to our Jawans who guard our borders and are ready to make any sacrifice for the country. I also express my appreciation for all the brave soldiers of paramilitary forces and police forces who provide internal security to their fellow citizens. I salute all the brave hearts of our armed forces, paramilitary forces and police forces who laid down their lives in the line of duty. I convey my blessings to all the dear children for their bright future. Once again, I extend my best wishes to all of you on this Republic Day. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Ladies and gentlemen, at today's celebrations, we are honored to be joined by distinguished congressmen, guests from businesses, various private sector organizations, and enthusiastic Indian diaspora, media, and friends of India. Ladies and gentlemen, present here with us today, we have Congressman Ro Khanna and Congressman Shri Thanedar ji. I would like to invite Chair of the House Caucus on India and Indian Americans in the 118th US Congress, Congressman Ro Khanna, to say a few words. Congressman Ro Khanna represents California's 17th Congressional District, located in the heart of Silicon Valley, and is serving his fourth term. He has previously handled important assignments in the House Agriculture, Armed Services, and Oversight and Reforms Committees. Prior to serving in Congress, he taught economics at Stanford University and served as Deputy Assistant Secretary of Commerce in the Obama administration. He has written 2 books, Entrepreneurial Nation and Why Manufacturing is Still Key to America's Future and Dignity in a Digital Age. Mr. Khanna graduated Phi Beta Kappa with a BA in Economics from the University of Chicago and received a law degree from Yale University. Congressman Khanna, if you would like to say a few words, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. मैं सोच रहा था कि शायद आज हिंदी में भाषण दूं, then I thought better of it. Mr. Ambassador, what a delight to have you here. The Ambassador has been a wonderful representative of India, a great partner with the United States Congress, and I'm looking forward as chair of the India Council caucus to working closely with him in the next 2 years to strengthen the relationship. I want to acknowledge Shri Thanedar. Shri is going to be a real star in this Congress. I've been following him since he ran for governor of Michigan, an inspired run, and he won the Congress in a heavily African-American district. And I was in his district, and to see the respect that so many in the African-American community have for him is remarkable. So he's really helping our community. I have fond memories as a child of being in India during Indian Republic Day, seeing the parades. I have tremendous respect for the Madam President, but I will say the speeches haven't changed much since I remember them on Doordarshan blaring. But it always is a special occasion, Republic Day. It makes me remember the sacrifices of Amarnath Vidyalankar, my grandfather, who worked with Lala Lajpat Rai, was there during the famous Lathi charge, spent 6 years in jail in the 1930s, and then in the 1940s in the Quit India movement, and was part of India's first parliament. And his idealism is something that inspired me to be in public service. And it's wonderful to see India now thriving, Indian Americans thriving in a history of world irony, a British Indian running Britain. I would not have guessed I would have seen that certainly so early in my life. So I think we take today to celebrate the constitutional principles of India, of equality, liberty, pluralism. We celebrate the freedom struggle and what that meant both to Indian Americans, to India, but also to the world, to Nelson Mandela, to the civil rights movement, to so many movements across the world for justice and dignity. I'm very, very proud of my Indian heritage, very proud to be here on Republic Day, and proud to be chairing the caucus. Thank you for allowing me to share a few words.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your presence and your inspiring words. Now I would like to invite Congressman Shri Thanedar, representing Michigan's 13th Congressional District, to say a few words. Prior to being elected to Congress in 2022, Congressman Thanedar served in the Michigan House of Representatives, Mr. Thanedar has a PhD in chemistry from the University of Akron. He has been a scientist and an entrepreneur. Has also been named the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Sir, the floor is yours.
A big hand to Ambassador Sandhu and our India Caucus Chair, Congressman Ro Khanna. Ro, in such a short time, has become a leader in Congress, and we are just proud to have his mentorship and his leadership in the U.S. Congress. Ro's progressive views are just admirable. I have always appreciated his leadership and all he has done. I'm here as the fifth Indian American congressperson. This is the high watermark. The five Indian Americans for the first time are now in the United States Congress. I am a Maharashtrian, grew up in Maharashtra, but grew up in Karnataka. And I was just coming up, I met Officer Karthik Iyer, and he greeted me in Marathi, and I just felt like I was coming home. Thank you, Karthik. So growing up in poverty, and the president spoke about, eliminating poverty, creating opportunities for those at the bottom of the economic ladder. I was able to get a bachelor's in chemistry, a master's in chemistry at no cost, no student loan in India, and that's, I owe it to the public education system to be where I am today. At 24 years old, I came to United States as an immigrant, as a student, on a student visa. That was 1979. I'm only 4 years younger than the Indian Constitution, in case you're wondering. So I came here in 1979, got a PhD in chemistry, then started many businesses as a serial entrepreneur in pharmaceuticals and chemicals. And at one point I felt that it's not about accumulating wealth, it's about helping others achieve their American dream. And that's what motivated me. I decided to run for Congress through Detroit. The only other Indian American in my district is my wife. So this community that does not look like me, I don't look like them, I do not speak like them, but they put their trust in me to represent them, and I'm so grateful for the trust that they have put. I'm focusing on bringing economic opportunities, closing the wealth gap, lifting the people at the bottom of the economic ladder. So I'm just been announced a position on the Committee of Homeland Security. So I will be a member of the Homeland Security in the United States Congress. I'm just really excited to be of service. I want to work hard for better India-US relationship. I think our two countries have so much common ground, so many principles and ideology that we share, that we need to have the strongest India-United States relationship. And I, along with my esteemed colleagues in the Congress, will work very hard to do that. I thank you, Ambassador Sandhu, for all your remarks and all your help. And I'm here as a friend of the Indian American community. Count on me, come to me, reach my office. We are here in Longworth, so come and visit us, talk to us, let us know how we can help you. But thank you all for all you do and all of your success, and let us just work together. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You are the living embodiment, the inspiration youngsters in both our democracies look up to, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the celebration for today, formal program today. Once again, on behalf of the Embassy of India, we wish you a happy Republic Day. Thank you for joining us.